April the 24th, 2022, Sunday. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. I am your host, Tanae, and of course, I got my girl, Cassie, with me. What's up?
What's going on?
Well, we were just talking about we have left Aries season. It left as soon as it got here, girl. I mean, talk about Carl Frey was like, hey, all right, gone.
So yeah, remember that brief minute that we had Mercury in Aries and like nobody's left in Aries. It's just completely vacated. Goodbye.
We out. Yeah, we out. Because we have Venus, Mars, Neptune, and Jupiter all in the lovely Pisces, which is some good, that's some good energy in all of those placements. Still a little emotional, still a little dreamy, but hey, we'll take that.
May have you questioning reality, but that's fine. It's there to be questioned.
I think we have all been questioning reality since 2020. It's just even more so. We probably really need to question it. We have the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus all in Taurus, and the Moon and Saturn in Aquarius. So there is a lot of energy in some very strong placements. And Pluto is in Capricorn. And while we have enjoyed all of this forward movement energy, we are now coming upon one of our first retrogrades. And this will be this Friday, 4/29. In Pluto, it will retrograde in Capricorn. I'm actually looking forward to that because
Pluto in Capricorn itself, forward moving, hasn't been super legit times. If you recall, we've talked about this before. This transit started in 2007, 2008. And it has more to do with like generational movements and sort of big global themes. So Pluto in Capricorn here in the US has been
ghetto. Because, we had our, and I say that and I said it, because, the Pluto, it is the USA's Pluto return, but it has been, trying.
It has been trying.
But again, I'm happy for this retrograde because the systems are needing their energies to be changed and transformed, especially the authorities that we think are authorities. A lot of that will be happening along with all of the other energies. Cassie and I will get into Eclipse season, but just know change and transformation is coming. And one thing, I think we said this before, the only constant is change. And all of this energy, we have been cold chilling and enjoying it. But now it is time to kind of we're gonna have to reevaluate, y'all. We've been chilling, for a couple months, but we thought we was gonna be out here having this hot girl summer. You better have a hold up hot girl summer. You might want to rein it in because it's a lot of things you may think is a good idea, and then a full moon or something's gonna be like, ha, psych. But we have all survived this far.
It'll be fine. You guys are gonna do great. We're all gonna do great.
I'm a huge fan right now of observing and not absorbing all of the energies, really finding where you need to be, because no matter where you have any of these placements in your chart, since the entire country and world and everything, all the universe is going through a change, that means we're gonna feel that change too. We're gonna feel that pull, and so in your life, just kind of allow things to happen in order to embrace what's coming next. And there is probably some things that you haven't wanted to let go of, but the universe has a way of just moving on. What Ariana Grande say? Thank you. Next.
On that note, the opportunity to start anew, as happens every month, we have a new moon coming up next week, Saturday, April 30th in Taurus. And it, as Tanae alluded to, is a special one because it shares the day with a partial solar eclipse. So give us a 30-second heads up of what we can expect, because eclipses come in pairs. So it is going to be the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse is going to be matched with a full moon in Scorpio lunar eclipse. So what happens when these eclipse pairs in full moons and new moons occur?
Okay, so a short end of it is that during eclipse season, eclipse things are eclipsed out of your life, or people, and that can be very difficult, and hard, especially because it tends to be people that you didn't think would ever be eclipsed out of your life, but sometimes they are, and we never know why, because sometimes we're not meant to know why, but it is, always for our highest good. There could be habits, but I would say new moons are a little bit on steroids, so just be a little careful with what you're trying to set intentions for and manifesting. I would really kind of evaluate what you've already manifested and making sure that you're grounded in how you're continuing to pursue these goals. I think, anything, like Cassie said, anything working with beautifying yourself, anything working with the earth, the elements like that, really just kind of getting into that practice is probably very helpful, not beginning something as new. Because eclipses are also going to show you things that you just didn't know beforehand. They tend to lift the veil. And especially a Scorpio full moon eclipse. We know Scorpios know earth eye. So beware, but again, observe and don't absorb. Try and stick with that.
Yeah. I read an astrologer, and we will dive more into eclipses as a whole next week, but compare the period between the two eclipses as like a system update in your life. Like where
that's a great way to put it.
You're going to download, like in 2 weeks, you're going to download a whole period's worth of change that's going to set you up for the next thing. But as with system updates in your tech devices, they come with glitches. They are often inconveniently timed and may feel like the exact opposite of that, right? Like it may not feel like an update at all. It may feel like a total upheaval, or, something far different than like what you said, something that's actually intending to move you towards your highest good. So, channel your inner Taurus. Take it slow. Keep it local. Keep it near you. And
find some really good food.
Yes, new moon intention. Eat your way through Taurus season. Done.
Yeah, like find some new foods. Just take your time. And I feel like we all thought that like life was in a rush, but like life is still happening whether we rush or not. The destination will never go anywhere. It's just how we get about through that journey. So just enjoy life really right now. And speaking of enjoying, Cassie and I have we are so excited about our guest today. Like we are so excited about this guest today.
Yes.
Full disclosure, Cassie and I have known our guest for about 7 or 8 years. I think we figured this out earlier, right?
At least 8
years. Mm-hmm. At least 8 years. This is kind of a full circle moment for us all. We have with us today the beautiful Taurus sun, Aries moon, and Libra rising in I don't even want to say that. I don't even excuse that miss. In Chelsea Shag. She will be joining us in just a moment. But Cassie, Chelsea, and I met when we were all making money through a little place in Little 5 Points, which is no longer there. But Cassie and I worked there, and Chelsea is a musician who joined us and played for us, and it was just it was amazing. It was so much fun. So Chelsea, welcome! Yay! Ladies!
Woo! We
What
stand
is
a Taurus queen in Taurus season and
Hello.
all year long.
Hello.
Thank you for being with
Hello.
us.
Yo, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited
Wow.
to be here. Wow, y'all are amazing. What's up? My fam's here. I see you.
I see the fam. I see the fam. I see the fam bam. I see all the people. What's up, y'all? Yes. Hey, aesthetic priestess. What's up, girl?
What's up?
All right. So, Chelsea, you are familiar with your chart. Yes. How do you feel about your big three: Taurus Sun, Aries Moon, Libra Rising?
You know, I feel pretty good about it. For most of my life, I thought I was a Gemini rising. And once I found out I was a Libra rising last year, I was like, oh, that is so way. That's just me. So this really spoke to me. So I was really excited. I remember when I first found out like my moon and rising, when I was probably like 18, and I found out my Aries moon, or I have an Aries moon, and I was like, oh my God, Lady Gaga's an Aries. Yes. Amazing. I fucking love her. So yeah, so I'm cool with it. I think it's nice.
I think it's a super
Okay.
cute little trio. I'm here for it.
It's some cute Venus and Mars energy. All of it. So let's start with I'm going to start with a question because I think that's going to be fun. Ooh, which one do I want? There's so many good ones. Okay, I got one. How do you channel your energy, anger, or desire?
All of them?
Yes.
Energy, anger, desire.
Mm-hmm.
How do I channel them? I'll start with anger because that's the easiest one, I think. I channel my anger. Like, you mean like how do I like get through it? Like,
yeah, like how do you channel it? How does it kind of how does it get through? How do you
Go
get
from
through
in you to out of you.
Yeah, how do you get through those type of different states?
yeah, I can realize pretty fast when I'm angry because, you know, it's pretty obvious. In my body I get heated. I like you just feel it and it feels like I just want to get it out. So I like to actually channel a dragon, and lately it has been my thing where I like stick my tongue out and I just go and I do the crazy eyes.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll like bang on my drum, I'll sit at my gong, I'll just like yell, but in a way that doesn't hurt the vocal cords. So like a really high pitched sounds get me through anger or just any kind of like my fight or flight feelings. So that's how I channel through anger. And it just, you know, I just know it takes some time to get through and I let it happen. And there we go.
And what about desire?
Desire. I catch myself desiring. And I know it's not like the best thing to do to like stay grounded and humble and things like that. But when I find myself feeling like really passionate about somebody or something, I catch myself just being like, oh, you are totally daydreaming so hard. Come back down. Like, come back down. Like, we don't need to force anything. We don't need to like act on it. But I channel that energy, I think, through creativity or like, movement or talking to somebody about it, maybe.
I think all of those are, oh, absolutely, always, you know.
Okay.
You know how we talk, girl. That's amazing because you, Cassie and I, you know, you are a Taurus with a ton of fucking Aries energy. Like, it is an insane amount of Aries energy, and they're in very, but it's also because, you know, you're in the beginning of Taurus. Your birthday is the first week, that's the type of energy you have. But you have your Venus, your moon, your Mercury, all in Aries. And those are very personal, very close placements. So communication with your emotions. And then Mars energy is always like, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking action. I'm doing this. So, you know, I'm sure your intimate relationships are very hot and steamy, girl.
It's so interesting too, because you're bringing up her Aries placements in relation to this question. And I had almost the exact same question, but written because I was very curious about, you have Mars in Pisces in the 6th house. So you have all this existing Martian energy, as it were, in these Aries placements, but where Mars is properly suited to be in Aries, yours is actually in Pisces and in the 6th house of health and service. So when you said you feel anger in your physical body first, you can tell quickly. That makes perfect sense with it being in the 6th house, because all planets in your 6th house lead to how your physical body feels, right? And with desire too, the Piscean tendency to daydream, that is, and you know, if desire is here up here in your head, you know, and you acknowledge that you notice it because you find yourself thinking about it, it's like, oh, that's so interesting. Do you feel like you're able to get out, thinking along the Mars and Pisces, how do you handle conflict with people that you love? How does that,
I'm
do you
pretty
feel like
straightforward, I think, with people I feel comfortable with. I think it maybe depends on the situation, because sometimes if it's like if something happens that like it triggers me or something, I have to really be like, okay, I'm not going to say anything right now. Let me like feel my shit and take care of this later. And I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, but waiting for the person to come to you before you like react. Just like I said, pull myself down. Get on the ground, let's get dirt. And yeah. Does that answer your question?
yeah, and I think it speaks to I think your Taurus sun is well suited to kind of temper these influences, you know, the Aries. Yeah, because I'm sure your Aries moon just wants to knock on someone's door, and
It does. It has.
I am going to
Every
yell at
time.
you right
I need
now.
you to know this is how I feel.
But your Pisces Mars and your Taurus sun, no, you need to let it feel through it first. Really, your Taurus sun is telling your Pisces Mars that this is what we need to do, rather than just your Pisces Mars would be like out floating in the ocean about it. But yeah, so it's fascinating to see these energies work together and you're able to put them to their highest purpose, which is lovely.
Oh, cool.
So, with your emotions, how have you learned to have emotional boundaries while being in the public eye?
Emotional boundaries, public eye. I think I think I had a hard time with that, to be honest, because like I wear my heart on my sleeve, and in your 20s, in my 20s, I feel like I was maybe a bit irresponsible with that in a lot of ways, but handling my emotions. But at the same time, I'm like, nowadays I feel like I can take that and like handle it and literally use my hands to be like, all right, let's like save this for later. Let's save this for later. We got this for later. I'm gonna cry about this later. Okay, cool. Let's move it. Okay, great. But then I feel like maybe I would have cried in public, and maybe I would have made a fool of myself, and you know, I've definitely done that. Maybe have I? I'm actually pretty cool. I don't know. It really depends on the people. It depends on the relationships. It really does.
I think what just really stressing healthy emotional boundaries for you, because you have your moon in the 7th house, you have Venus in the 8th house, you have Mercury in the 7th house. And so a lot of your communication and emotional energies are based on intimate relationships. And that's a lot of your life is kind of colored through intimate relationships, because you have a lot of 7th and 8th house energy, and that's commitment is 7th house, and the 8th house is after that. So it's legacies and it's a deeper level. So just really keeping healthy boundaries is for someone like you who is able to kind of really be more empathic, I think, than most people would not know on the surface.
Oh,
Because you're so charming and cute. They see you, they
oh,
like, hey girl, she walk into the room and
takes,
it's
yeah.
fabulous.
Come on now, takes one to know one. I do realize
Duh.
my closest relationships, like my closest like friends, like I actually made a list the other day of like who are the 10 people in my life that like have really taught me things, and like I just feel like I could tell them anything or whatever. And all those people had something in common, that like they've helped me develop my emotional boundaries, I think, because they, you know, they live their lives and do their thing, and we have such an intimate relationship that it's just really affected me and how my interactions with these like small group of people have really changed my relationships with everyone I know and how I relate. And does that make any sense?
Yes, girl, you are
Yeah.
always making sense. Don't
Mhm.
Okay,
you're
sorry, I'm
making
just kind
sense. No.
of
You are making all the sense. Just
okay.
keep speaking, Chelsea, because we
Yeah,
understand.
emotional
And
boundaries
it
I've learned from
makes
everyone else.
it makes sense to me too, because so part of being a special thing about being a Libra rising, and somebody in the chat said Libra rising gig, and I'm not sure who it was, so I'm so
Libra risings
sorry.
are the shit.
um they are wonderful and
Yeah.
beautiful. But it sets you up because Libra is of course Aries' sister sign, and so Aries would be in a um in the home position, as it were, in a chart. Aries would be in your first house at the rising position, but you have the opposite sign, and so every placement for you is, the house is governed in the opposite sign that it would be like normally be set up to. So it makes sense to me that your, you know, way to develop boundaries with other people is also through your relationships with other people, right? It's like, one question I was curious about for you is like, how does opposition play into your life? Duality and flip sides of coins. How do you think about that? How does it express itself in you? Because there are great many places that there's the tension of opposites kind of in your chart.
That's funny you say that, because I can feel everything in a situation. Like I can see the opposites and relate to both of them and be like, okay, what am I really like leaning? Like, what is my truth? Like, I can see it all, but it took me a while to know that they can live together in one. But it's just the acceptance of having both and being like, all right, that's okay. Or you had to juggle that and eventually find out your answers, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I do. And even getting to that realization that the two things can and like really must usually exist side by side, right? I mean, that's a great deal of work to get to, because I think a lot of people probably never actually arrive at that truth. But it makes sense that you kind of have had to. You know, from the list of it, it's just a, you know, a way of thinking, right? And like you probably, I would imagine all Libra rising people see themselves mirrored in a lot of others, see others as a mirror and themselves as a mirror, because they're geared toward a, you know, a partnership, finding a reflection kind of. I think almost all relationships and partnerships are that on some level. Indecisiveness
Yep, I'm liking that one.
got
Yep.
me gold. Yeah. Yes, everybody looks like for that one.
How have you found people in your life have helped you activate your purpose?
When it comes to, hold on, let me think about this. Activate my purpose. How the people in my life activate my purpose. It's like I've met certain people that can see my potential, and they kind of like my mentor, for instance, like this therapist I've had for 4 years now, she's now my mentor, and we're doing this class called Chi for Two together. And I've had all these like daydreams about like what I can do with sound healing and also like counseling and stuff. And she put on the table like, hey, like I have the space. Let's like maybe we can train people who do sound baths like to learn Chi for Two, and we can host like sound baths and do this and hold the dance of relationships and all this thing. So like people kind of throwing ideas at me that I'm like, I didn't know I could do that. Like, thank you for believing me. Okay, like I can do this. That kind of feeling. And then as far as like being a musician and a singer, like having people kind of like at my shows reflect back at me like how the songs make them feel. I'm like, oh, okay, like what I'm doing is actually like feeding their souls. And okay, cool. Let me keep going. Let me keep writing. Let me keep going. So it's really people have a big influence on me. Like they don't and they do. It's funny. It's the opposite. Like I don't give a fuck, and then also so many fucks. So many bucks, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's you have certain placements in your chart that you're just lucky in that way. And especially you have Jupiter and Virgo in your 11th house. And so your friends tend to be very, not perfect isn't the word I'm looking for, but they're very methodical. They're very much, they know kind of what they know. And I find that you are such a likable person that you attract people that are willing to kind of support and help you. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful type of energy to have.
Thank you.
So yeah, no.
That's really sweet. Yeah. And, well, it's funny because I just love people. Like I fucking love people so hard. And so it's nice to know like people love me too, you know, in a way. And I'm like, oh, I think like I actually said that to myself today. I was like, I voice memo journal, and I'm like people love you like you love people. Like just accept the love.
Yeah.
Like, keep giving as much love.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting too, because those things are very much related to your node axis. So you
Right.
have the north node in Capricorn, which means your south node is such. Do you know? Are you familiar with the nodes in astrology or their meaning?
A little, like I know, like do you start off in south
Mhm.
Yes.
and like eventually like your life turns into the north. So like I started in Cancer, right?
Yes.
And then moved to Capricorn,
Moving
but
to
I don't know
Capricorn.
when or how that works or what that means.
So the idea is that the energy you're comfortable in and the energy you come into this life with is the south node energy in Cancer. So you are comfortable in a caregiving, loving,
and that's
warm,
my
embracing.
mom's a Cancer too. Like she just has a warm, like always, you know, plants and food. Like that is comfort. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Cassie's seen the plants in your mom's kitchen.
I know. Yes. Today she was like, girl, and I'm a Cancer as well. So I stand. Your mom is wonderful. Shout out to your mama.
Yes.
We love her.
We
She's
love
a
you.
Cancer queen.
Aww.
So, and as a Taurus, I have found this in several charts that we've looked at where the south node position is quite harmonious with the sun position, and Taurus and Cancer are like peanut butter and jelly. Like we are BFFs. We bond over food and nourishment and comfort and stability and all of these things. And so that's the energy you come into this life with. That's the energy that gives you comfort to feel. And what the universe is testing you with and what your destiny is to move to its opposite. And that's your I don't give a fuck energy that you spoke of earlier. And that is big Capricorn energy. Capricorns are here to dominate. They are here to make paper, not friends. And wow. And that doesn't mean you can't do both things, because for you have the north node. Again, because everything in your chart is flipped, it's in the place Cancer would normally occupy, which is your fourth house. But you also have it sharing energy with Uranus and Neptune. So for you, as you have already alluded to, you are on a path that is taking your creative love of sound and music and found a way that you can use it as a tool to help people, and B, like find a kind of career path out of it. And Uranus and Neptune are both asking Capricorn to think outside the box, you know, do the thing, which is find stability. And there's so much you with your Taurus sun and Jupiter and Virgo and your North Node in Capricorn, you have the trifecta of earth signs. So you are really would be a fool to run away from your gifts of building legacy and building things, right? Like you really building something from the ground up, something that's going to outlive you. And knowing that type of energy, and even the energy of business and commercialism, which is so hard for people who are loving and spiritual to reconcile, that like, yes, we have to handle that part of it too. That is a way of caring also, right? And like Capricorns care deeply. They show they care through material things.
Mm-hmm.
And so your destiny is to find a way to show the world you care, that also is a material and business related venture for you personally.
You're like providing for people.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But not for free. Cancer does it for free. Capricorn does it for money.
Yeah,
Security.
Exactly.
Yeah. The
That's
suggestion
really Sorry,
the suggestion for your karmic path is remember to focus on the positive. Know that the light of truth eliminates darkness.
Thank you.
And then this is before we move forward to our game for you. I do want to mention this for you specifically. So you have the fortune of having the new moon partial solar eclipse on your actual birthday. And you also we have the north and south nodes have moved to the Taurus and Scorpio axis. So from now until next July, your life is going to transform and change in ways you probably would have never imagined. And I encourage you, as difficult as it is for you to go with the flow of change, it is going to be a lot easier for you to kind of stay grounded in who you are and allow the change that's happening to know that it's for your good, but it's going to rock you. Okay. I'm just going to be upfront. It's going to rock you. And you have to stay that steady Taurus, because you know, it's going to be unexpected. It's going to be...
What the hell is going to happen?
Intense. Well, I don't know what's happening for real in your life, girl. I don't know. Some things going to be, some things ain't going to be. But at the end of the day, it's going to be free. Thank you. Got to be Goldie says, nice to surrender. Let it go, girl.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You're going to, Chelsea, I have no doubt that you are going to come out so far on top that in a year when you, because we're going to obviously keep talking after this, but next year, when you and I have this conversation for next summer, I know you're going to be in a totally different place. And none of us can see that now. We can't even see tomorrow. We can't see 10 minutes from now. But just know that all of these changes are the best for you. And all of us fixed signs are going through it. But because you have the luckiness to have this new moon partial solar eclipse on your birthday, you are going to be blessed so many times over. So,
damn, girl. Damn, I feel that when you say that, and you're not the first to tell me that. Like,
I'm telling you,
month. That's weird.
That's a good. So
it's also it's not a blue moon, because that's the second full moon in a month. But what did they call it when it's the second new moon of a month? There is a term for it, because it's also that type of moon. It's the second new moon of April. I can't remember, but there's so many. It's very unique.
but for you, just it's you really. I would encourage you to take some time on your actual birthday by yourself.
What should I do?
What should I write about? What should I pray for? I think you should pamper yourself. I think you should really, truly pamper yourself. Like in ways that you would have not before. I think you need to just really luxuriate in all of your like solid being.
That sounds really nice. I have some other ideas too.
I mean, girl, you already know your spirit's gonna tell you what you need, but just take some time that day for you. All right, so you ready for this game, girl?
I think so.
Okay, so normally we tell people we play Blame It on the Big Three. But because we know you and we can pick whatever we want, we're gonna do that. So we are gonna play the game of trivia of Name the Taurus Musician. So what Cassie and I are going to do is give you lyrics from a song from a Taurus musician. You will.
Oh shoot! It's gonna be easy. I got this. I got
She
this.
ready. She ready.
I say that now.
Like, is she ready? Yeah. So y'all heard that first.
Coming out.
She's like
coming
number
out.
one.
Aries
Set myself
Mercury,
up.
Aries Moon is ready to fuck this up. Tell us about it.
We're gonna give you lyrics to a song, and you can tell us. You can tell us the artist. You can tell us the song if you would like as well, but we want you to name the artist.
Okay.
So go ahead, Cassie, with the first one.
All right.
Oh, now I'm nervous.
You think you got the best of me. Think you had the last laugh. Bet you think that everything good is gone. Think you left me broken down. Think that I'd come running back. Baby, you don't know me because you're dead wrong.
I don't know if I even know this song.
It sounds a lot different when I speak it in my weird style.
Yes, we cannot sing that song.
Right. We don't sing copyrighted music on this show.
Okay.
But just know that it is a Taurus.
Okay. Well,
and it is a woman.
I thought it was a woman. I was thinking Adele there for a minute, but then I was like, can't even think of the song that she's singing that. So, can you say the lyrics one more time? Is that
I
okay?
can, yes. You think you got the best of me. Think you had the last
best of me.
Think you had the last laugh.
Think you had the last laugh.
Bet you think that everything good is gone.
Yeah, you think everything is gone.
Think you left me broken down. Think that I'd come running back.
Running back.
Baby, you don't know me because you're dead wrong.
Because you're dead wrong. That sounds like Taurus lyrics for sure. You're wrong, all right? Okay, so it's a female Taurus, and I'm like, oh, Adele, Ella Fitzgerald,
Now runs to Google. Ma'am, you can Google, but you better not put it in the chat.
I don't know.
It's okay. It was a tough one. Kelly Clarkson, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Kelly.
God.
Kelly. I'm sorry, Kelly. What are we calling?
Kelly Brienne.
Kelly Brienne. Sorry, Kelly girl. Kelly Brienne from Stronger. It's okay.
I literally watched Kelly Clarkson's American Idol audition earlier today.
Girl, it's. Mwah.
She was the prime. She should have won that. She was the epitome of what that show was about. No, that's what I'm saying. She was the epitome of that show.
Wait,
okay.
so what song was that? It was like, you think you know me, do 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 do.
It's
Stronger.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Oh, okay, no, that's not even the song I was saying. Okay.
All right, ready?
Wow. Okay, wow, I suck.
All
okay,
right.
let's do this.
Here we go.
Okay,
and tell them, make room, shake the room, bang, bang, you're gonna get it. You got to get up off that gray line. And can't nobody tell you what you can't do. Shut that down automatic. And I guarantee they'll fall in line. Watch them all go.
Okay, is this an old male singer?
No, ma'am. It is a female singer.
And it's a new singer?
She's classic.
Classic. She's old.
So no.
She's classic. Now, I did not pick a typical song from this artist, but I could have picked a very easy one, but I picked one of a good favorite song. I will say it again.
Okay.
And tell them, make room, shake the room, bang, bang, you're gonna get it. You got to get up off that gray line, and can't nobody tell you what you can't do. Shut that down, automatic. And I guarantee you they'll all fall in line. Watch them all go. Classic like antique. Oh, that's so disrespectful to this person.
Oh no. Who is it? Okay, so the songs that you're saying. I have no idea what the song is, so I'm just gonna guess based off lyrics. I don't know why I cannot connect the two right now. But oh my god. Okay, it's not Ella Fitzgerald.
No, ma'am.
It's classic.
Do you want me to give you another lyric from a different song by the same artist?
Yeah.
Okay. If I was your girl, the things I do to you, I'd make you call out my name and ask you who belongs to you.
Is this Sid? I don't know.
Girl,
I have no idea.
this is Janet Jackson.
Oh my god.
The first song was called Damn Baby, and then the
Oh my
second
God.
one was If.
Oh my
It's
God.
okay, girl. It's okay, girl.
I fucked up.
Okay. Go ahead, Cassie.
Wow.
Next one.
All right.
You guys remember
No
when I was
matter-
like, all right, I'm gonna win.
Yup. Aries is big fuck around and find out energy.
Talk shit,
Okay.
big game, then fuck it.
All right. No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside. And I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're going to be the lonely one. Oh.
Is the part of the lyrics?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
Because then it breaks into the chorus.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One more time.
All right. No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you.
Through. It takes time.
Yes, get it, girl. Yes, tell me what it is. Share. Woo! Oh, yes, girl. Ooh. All right.
I've been waiting for a share one.
Redeemed. All right. Here we
This will be the
go.
last one. We're gonna go.
All right.
Oh God.
I'm gonna give you you're going to know this one, okay?
Okay. Wait, but if I know this one, you're gonna have to do another one, so I have 3 points instead of 2 points out of 4.
Okay.
Oh
if you
God.
know this one, we have
don't have to,
tiebreakers. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Woo, girl. Need to kick off your shoes. Got to take a deep breath.
Gotta
It's time
listen
to
to
focus
you.
on you.
Gotta focus on you.
All the big
fights. Lizzo! Go out and dry your eyes. We don't love you anymore.
Let's what? Do your hair toss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Cass.
Do you
want me to do it?
you want me to do my last one, or do you want to do your last one?
I don't know if she'll get my last one. I think she'll get yours.
Okay. All right.
I like my last one, but I think it might be too antique.
Heard.
Based on my age. I'll text it to you in the group chat, Chelsea, and you tell me if you can guess it later. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. There ain't no room for things to change when we are both so deeply stuck in our ways.
Ooh.
You can't deny how hard I have tried. I changed who I was to put you both first, but now I give up.
To put you both first. There's a clue. Who's both? Damn, guys, what the fuck is that? Okay, one more time. I'm sorry.
I will give you. Do you want a hint?
Okay. I was gonna say this is an artist. You're gonna know this artist, and this is a newer song from this artist.
Okay, I'll read it once more, and if you're still struggling, I'm going to give you a pretty strong hint. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
There ain't no room for things to change when we are both so deeply stuck in our ways. You can't deny how hard I have tried. I changed who I was to put you both first, but now I give up.
She gives up? She
gives up.
Why would she give up when she's Adele and she's so rare?
You better be on it, girl! You better know! You better come through with Aries said, bitch, hold my fire. I got this. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing.
Wow, y'all
The
are like so
comeback kid.
supportive. Thank you.
Went from 0 and 2 to 3 and 5.
Listen, make it happen. Chelsea, plug yourself. Tell the people what you about, where they can find you, how they can holler at you.
Yeah, so I'm Chelsea. Check out my Instagram. It's my personal blog. I have music out, but like I got new music coming, baby. It's gonna be under a new name too, actually. It's gonna be great.
Ooh.
Fire. Yeah, chelseashag.com. You guys should come out to a sound bath sometime. May 5th and May 19th. May 5th will be at Ashtanga Yoga and just a sound bath from me where I guide y'all, and it's a good time. And then May 19th, same spot, but it's going to be with my mentor, and we're going to be holding space, learning how to like basically rewire our nervous systems, session by session, little by little. And I don't know. I'm just excited to be here, and I love you guys, and thank you so much. You're just so amazing. And
We love you too.
yeah.
And I want to brag on our friend. She is the voice of Georgia Public Radio, WGPB. Am I right?
No, actually, I made the Sonic ID for NPR WABE.
WABE. I'm sorry. Listen.
No, but thank you so freaking much. It's so nice. And
our queen
we love
here.
you. We love you, man. Like
doing shit.
Listen, it was so great. Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank
we had
you.
a blast with our Taurus trivia. Guys, go follow Chelsea Shag at Chelsea Shag. Girl, I gotta kick you out, but you know I always love you, and I'm gonna holler at you.
You ain't gotta
thank you so
go
much.
home, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
You do. Come back. Just jump back on in.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Bye,
y'all.
Oh, yes.
Girl.
Chelsea is so amazing. Such a phenomenal musician. As you should expect from our conversation with her, her music is not what you would expect to come out of her ethereal, like, gorgeous self.
Good.
It is just
so
different
good.
than you expect and everything you need. It's excellent.
So good. So let's hop into these questions real quick. Let's hit a card and bust on out these pieces. You know?
All right. I'm going to read the first one
Boom,
from
boom.
Miss Megan 131. We stand a Pisces queen in this house. Still working through my grief with Gussie. Would love some input on doing that along with my go work the flow Pisces, or I'll go with the flow Pisces attitude. Yeah. So Megan, Miss Megan, not trying to put her business on blast, but her son Gussie was born with Phelan-McDermid syndrome, which I talked about on the show earlier this year. And it's a newer diagnosis and comes with a lot of difficulties. And as she mentioned, grief. So how do Pisces people work through emotions and grief with their very much go with all the flows energy?
You know, I think it's not as easy for Pisces to work through grief as you would think, because they're emotional. I think even working through the grief is difficult for them. I think the grief itself sometimes takes a hold. Mm-hmm. And so for her, I would say she has to ground her feelings and ground her emotions in as much reality, I think, and look for things that are more tangible, and not so much any of the daydreaming energy. Grief is hard to, I think grief is sometimes it's ever present, and it's just, sometimes you're grieving really heavy with, you know, how the grief comes out as tears. Sometimes the grief comes out as just wanting to be alone. Sometimes the grief comes out creativity and maybe channeling it through some sort of creative outlet. I think that's always a good way to put your feelings out creatively. I feel like that's...
Yeah. I agree with that. And I think that for Pisces people, I agree with your sentiment completely, that I think it's harder. I think it's hard for all water signs to work through difficult and murky emotions. And the thing with grief is it is not a very clear-cut emotion. And you know, comes with a lot of questions, and Pisces probably has even the hardest time of all of the water signs dealing with those types of heavy, difficult emotions. I think that Pisces people can benefit a lot from a spiritual practice. And if going to church feels good, go to church. If having a little altar that you can pray at feels good, have an altar. If lighting a candle, but make it something that you can do every day, that you can repeat an affirmation or a prayer or something positive that like feels good to you, and that is easy enough that it's easy to do every day or every week, whatever it is that you decide, but spiritual enough to where every time you do it, you feel that, you know, kind of like warm heart thing that happens when you're in touch with your spiritual practice. And you know, because I know Miss Megan, I happen to know that her little Gussie is also a Pisces. And so I think just really trying it, whenever you find those special connection moments, and you surely will with a baby that's almost your birthday twin, to really relish in those. And yeah, but I mean, it's
Give yourself
just
as much grace and
grace.
compassion. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
unimaginably hard stuff.
I think there's no way to you handle your grief in the best way that you can. However it comes out, it comes out. There's no wrong reason. There's no wrong way to do it, and there's no good or bad. Just, you know, try to not get caught in the murky waters so deep when it comes to that. You know, it's harder to get out if you're. And I think Cassie's saying the spiritual practice, I totally agree, is a good way to kind of keep the inside of you feeling like there's something bigger out there.
That's the thing, is to make sure that you don't feel like you are it. Because water sign people can very easily feel like they have become that emotion. They are grief, they are depression, they are anxiety, whatever the thing is. But you aren't that. You contain multitudes, and we all do. And it's okay for, like Chelsea spoke to, it's okay for two things to be true at once, and for two things to exist at once. And you can have grief and joy at the same time, and to not make yourself feel guilty for feeling joyful about stuff, having grace with yourself. And really just trying to, as much as you can, stay grounded on earth and remember that you aren't your feelings. They are a part of you, but they aren't you.
Observe and absorb, and not absorb. I'm telling you, I think that is a running theme for a lot of people right now. And just in general, like, we have to observe our feelings and not absorb them, because they are present and they're there, but us absorbing them doesn't, some of us can't handle that. So.
And God bless all the Pisces right now, with so many planets in Pisces. Y'all are just really feeling all the things, and we feel for you.
Yeah,
we do.
We're here.
We do.
What's the next one? We want to do one more?
Oh yes. Okay. So the next question, at Music Lover 3889, Alex, a Zodiac Chatline stan, can you embrace? I'm so sorry, I scrolled too soon. Okay, can you embrace any element with your astrological sign? Absolutely.
You have to.
I
think you kind of have to.
Yeah. As a witchy person, I would say, you know, you're always trying to work with all the elements. And the ideal is to have balance between the four: earth, air, water, fire. And certainly if you're you could be Alex, Miss Megan, both heavy Pisces energy, but you could feel fiery and feel passionate about something and decide you're gonna light a candle and do a fiery, ritual about it, or and you should, if your soul is calling you toward that energy, you should answer that call.
Absolutely. I am a lot of air, and I am very much enjoy the groundingness of earth. So I touch a lot of plants. I burn a lot of incense. I burn candles. I'm also a lot of fire, so I'll play with fire all day. But I definitely like to embrace all the elements, especially the ones that aren't very prominent, because it's not natural for me to do that. And so seeking out ways to get that energy within my system is super helpful. Having a Cancer homie like Cassie helps my emotions. She and I have had many conversations about my feelings. And so it's amazing
But
to have
vice
her.
versa, because somebody with a lot of air sign energy, I very much need in my life. I have almost all earth and water energy. And, you know, this project, other creative projects where you receive criticism, I'm like, I have to learn how to just like talk to people and not feel like everything is so personal to me. And it's been very beneficial to try and channel water sign and swords energy and talking to air sign energy and talk to my air sign peeps. And how do you do this? What is detachment? How does it work?
Girl, it's just knowing things are going to happen even if you feel a certain kind of way. So the best I can do is just maintain that. But well, guys, this has been a beautiful, beautiful show. We are still looking for people to come follow us on YouTube because that's where we want people to keep following us. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to interact with our IG, all of that. Any questions, you can always drop them in the chat, send us an email, or send us a message on Instagram. We are still looking for people. If you want to join in and hop on the show and have us chat you up and inspire you, because that's what we're here to do, go ahead and send us an email to the zodiacchatline@gmail.com. Rachel, I believe you did send one. I didn't miss out, girl. I got you coming. But
Yep.
anybody else, you know, it happens.
And we had a couple questions we didn't get to tonight. We'll answer them next week, you know?
So
Or the week
in
after.
honor of, actually, it's in honor of all three of us, of myself, of Cassie, and of our guest. I am picking one of our favorite decks. Between the three of us, we have, Cassie, tell us what it is.
The Animal Spirit deck. I love this deck by Kim Kranz.
All right.
It is fabulous.
Thank you, Jam Rockatoo. Stop being the bull shitting person, Taurus, that you are. Give me that info. I'm just playing. I ain't see you on Thursday. But, all right, guys. So we're going to pull one of these cards. These are amazing. What I like about these are they animal spirits. Animal spirits have so much to offer to us from where they originate, all of that. She has a meeting deck coming out in July. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we're looking for it. Looking for a new deck.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. We here for it. We here for it. All right, Cassie, you ready? You know it's always
Yes. Okay.
It would be, right?
Oh my gosh. Second time on this program we've pulled this woman. This is a perfect pull for Taurus season.
Hello, hello, hello. All right. Where are we at? Beginning of the book somewhere. There we go. It's literally like the best. Okay, yeah, we autocorrect. We don't like that. All right, guys, here we go. Buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, it's trusting and pure presence. When out of balance, we're restless, lack gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer and bhakti. So again, goddess be knowing, universe be knowing, always be telling us what is happening. Perfect energy for Taurus season. Perfect energy for us to ground our spirituality, ground all the changes that are happening around us. Perfect energy for us to observe and not absorb. So, guys, thank you so much. Yes, okay, yes, lyric from Rubyville and the Soulphonics. I see you, Chelsea Shag. I love you guys so much. We are so grateful, always in an attitude of gratitude over here, and appreciative of all you guys. Thank you for always being active in the chat and kicking it with me and Cassie. Couldn't do it without you, girl. You know, this is not how we roll, but
it's true.
I'm glad we got to have an amazing full circle moment today.
That's right. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you all.
It is amazing. We love you guys. It's all love. Peace.